walking to Arzua from Orio. It's a really nice sunrise. Yeah, don't know how it's gonna look today, but we'll see how it goes. I think I'm about like half an hour into walking. But yeah, it's amazing. I have a feeling it's going to be another hot day, so we'll see. Okay, so going to try record this once again. I need to get myself a new tripod, I think, because it's just not working every time I use it. I'm in a pension, or pension as they call it, on the side of a road somewhere. Today didn't go as planned, so like I obviously made the video when the sun was coming up and I was walking into Arzua. Unfortunately, between then and now I had a bit of a health flare-up, which I managed to kind of sort out when I got to Arzua, and like quite a personal health flare-up, so like I'm not gonna discuss it, but I had to stay for a couple of hours in Arzua to kind of like take it handy, and literally I like realized like I won't be able to walk the 20 kilometers from Arzua to O Pedruso today. I just knew it wasn't going to be possible, and I felt really guilty. I felt really like I knew I had to get a cab, but I was like, I felt like an absolute cheater. It was like, but then I kind of realized that, like, you know, maybe I feel like a cheater, but at the same time I have to listen to my body. And that's like, if there's anything I am learning from the Camino, is that like learning how to pace myself, learning how to listen to like what my body needs instead of like trying to go with everything else, and like what others expect of me, or like what others expect me to do or behave or this kind of thing. And like I think for me, I need to learn about listening to my intuition a lot more and listening to the signals that my body's giving me, instead of just presuming that my body can do what anyone else's body can do. And I think that goes for everyone. It's like a learning thing in life, is like listen to what your own body's capacity can actually withstand. Anyway, so I was like, right, instead of making it worse, I'm gonna get a cab to this place that I'm staying tonight. And it was like supposedly glamping outside Pedruso, I think it's pronounced. And getting a cab, I already checked the kilometers. Like I've clocked in 90 kilometers since Friday, so, and it's Tuesday now, so I was like, that's grand. Like I still can do the 100 kilometers within the week or whatever, even if I miss a day of walking. I did like 8 or 9k today anyway, which was breezy. But so I don't know if you can hear the plane. We're like really close to the airport here, but so I get to this camping place, glamping, and honest to fucking God, it looked like a refugee camp. I couldn't believe it. It was like not a nice place, absolute shithole to be honest. And there was supposedly meant to be a swimming pool, and that was out of order. It looked very like there's no landscaping, they hadn't cut the grass. It just was a bit like mouldy. I was like, oh listen, it'll make do for the night, grand. So I was like, okay, they handed me bed sheets and they're like, you make your own bed, but there's 2 beds. One of them is heated at night time because it's kind of cold, and the other one is not heated, so you decide what one you want. I was like, oh, that's kind of cool, like sound like. And so I get in, I start making the bed, and it's fucking like 90 degrees in there, 100 degrees. I'm like bucket in sweat trying to make this fucking bed, but like under the bed it was like really damp as well. So anyway, look to my left and I see this fucking spider like the size of my palm probably. Now I know we get spiders like that back home, but he looked fucking angry. I was like, no, like I'm not doing this. And then looked over to my right and saw a fucking cockroach near the bed. I was like, no. I was like, this is not happening, like at all. Like it just, especially if my health has been down, my energy is down, the last thing, I won't sleep tonight. Like if there's insects in the tent, like just can't do it. So I was like, fuck this shit. Went on to booking.com and found like the closest place to Opedruzo that has like a bed and a shower, private room. And from there booked a taxi, and it cost me €10 and arrived. And like it's actually pretty sweet because I spent the afternoon by the pool, which was like not expected whatsoever, considering it was going from like the tent to this. Now I ended up spending probably the guts of like between taxis and the hotel, like probably the guts of like €130 more than originally planned. But at the same time, like I was saying earlier, is kind of like being able to listen to your body and your intuition about like what's right for you at that time. And like I knew that if I wasn't feeling great, I wouldn't be able to sleep, I won't be able to walk to finish the thing tomorrow. So yeah, arrived here, sat by the pool, went in for a swim. It was Baltic. Had like a big fucking dinner. It was good. It was really good. And then yeah, I just have to kind of take today as like a write-off, and like I said, understand that it's like my body, but like and listening to my body, but also that it's like it's okay, like these things happen. This is what happens when you travel. Jesus, fair play to her. I'd say it's Baltic. Someone just jumped in the pool. But so from there, from tomorrow, I think there's something like 13 or 14 kilometers into Santiago from here. So that actually worked out even better, because it was probably an hour and 20 minutes. It was 5-10 minutes in a cab from the camping place to here, but it was actually an hour and a half walking. So I've cut an hour and a half walking off my distance time. It should take me around 3.5 to 4 hours. What did I say? 13 to 15 kilometers. Should be fine. Hopefully I don't have a health flare up again. And then from there it's like easy breezy. I'm gonna spend the 2 nights then in a really nice hotel in Santiago, and I will obviously show you that. But I am really looking forward to like completing it and just to have a sense of accomplishment, to be like, yeah, I actually did that, like fair play. But then also to have some downtime in a city, not just the countryside, where I can do more photography of people. I can kind of write more about like the topics that I'm trying to cover, or like what I want the next stage of my life to look like. I really want to dive deep on that while I've got the time, while I've got the space, and I'm not distracted. And I think it's probably the perfect city to do it in. So really looking forward to that. I'm just looking forward to like having to move for a couple of nights until I go home. And then luckily like go home late on Friday night, but like then I have the weekend before work, so I'm like ideal to just like chill out. But that's really the update. This is the pool. It's actually really nice, apart from how cold it is. But yeah, okay, so that's it for today. But I will do another update tomorrow, I guess. All right, good night.